I hear you guys talking about Victory Monday. Only one way to get that. Let's see some hustle out there. We got a big game on Sunday.
319! 319! All right, here we go. 319! 319! Hut! Now let's go. 319! 319! Hut! Here we go now. Green 39! Hut! Here we go now. Blue 90! Blue 90! Hut! Now let's go. 319! Here we go now. Blue 90! Blue 90! All right, here we go. Green 39! Green 39! Now let's go. Green 39! Green 39! Here we go now. Blue 90! Blue 90! Hurry up, here we go. 319!
Hey, man, that was great. I mean, you had a great day today. You taking the first steps towards success in this league. But don't fall back and get lazy. There's more steps ahead, so you got to keep it up.
Hello, everyone. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. The long build-up is over, and Super Bowl 52 is finally here. These teams have had 2 weeks to prepare, and no doubt they are ready to get the biggest game of their lives started. Who will leave the field as champions of the NFL? It's the Aviators going up against the Cougars. So the time has come. Let's send you out to the stadium and join the two men that will have the Super Bowl call. Here are Brandon Guyton and Charles Davis.
All right, we appreciate it, Larry. It's our exclusive coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. We count down to kickoff in what should be an epic one here between the Columbus Aviators and the Chicago Cougars.
Let's go!
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Brought in over the middle by Grant. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and it'll be second and about a yard. Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. They'll look to throw. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. And 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. And he's brought down. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
And that's how you get started and open up a game. Really well-blocked play. Picked up a nice chunk of yardage. If you're the offensive line, that's exactly what you've talked about all week long in your meetings. Establish the line of scrimmage and take control. And they gave their running back plenty of room to rumble.
He'll drop to throw. He'll set up the screen to Drake. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. Give him 9 on the play, and that'll make it second and short.
I like it, I like it, I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so. It gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it. It really gets them amped up as they go forward.
It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. And a good sign for them right now to have their young quarterback looking confident on the opening drive.
Now, we haven't met a young quarterback, a veteran player. It doesn't matter. We haven't met a quarterback yet that doesn't tell us he's confident about his abilities, right?
That's true.
But when you're young, it's really important to get off to a good start because it does build up that confidence. It allows them to play better as the game goes on.
Especially crucial here on the road. And a look at the offense that is hoping to put some points up in bunches here in this one.
Here we go now. 3-19.
Looking to throw. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. Call it a gain of 3. And that'll lead here to a third down. And here are the Chicago defensive starters.
You have to love Jamie Collins. You can use him just about anywhere on the defense. Inside linebacker, outside linebacker, defensive end. He might even play a little bit of safety if you give him the chance.
Throwing left side here, and it's complete. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and that's going to make it fourth down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. So not exactly jubilation over on that visiting sideline, but at least a high 5 or 2 for their kicker as he gets them the first points of the night here on the opening drive.
And 3 points are not to be underestimated. You're on the road, under the lights, national TV audience. You want to come out and look good, and that's a good start right there. Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
They start on the ground with Elliott. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 11, he goes down. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down.
The evaluation process in today's NFL does not take into account as much bulk as it does speed. And that's what we're seeing with the linebacker position. Those guys that can run, they can play at any spot because they can make plays on the opposite side of the line of scrimmage.
It's brought in by Jamison Crowder. And he gets this one up just shy of the 35 to the 34. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. And the offense lining up 1st and 10.
All right, here we go. 3-9.
On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. And the big boys up front in the trenches, what do you think of the O-line, Charles?
I love them because this is a group that's so cohesive. They know what the man next to them is going to do at all times, and they operate as a terrific unit.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And unable it downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave him with third and still 7 yards to go. So they run it on second down. Now let's see what third down brings here for the offense.
Here we go now.
From the gun on third down, Wentz. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Rashad Jones. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line. Now this offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
Alongside the former defensive back Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Columbus football as we begin quarter number 2. They face a 2nd and 7 to start things out. They'll look to throw here. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains.
And they pick up a first down, and that came out of the fullback position. But as you and I both know, that doesn't necessarily mean that's a fullback playing in that spot.
Well, times have changed, right? The old school fullback doesn't really exist anymore.
We're not getting that same player out of college with all the spread offenses, not very many pro style where you actually have a true fullback. We're having to make do in the NFL and put guys in that spot who emulate it but aren't necessarily that position.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. Kenyon Drake with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And his guys are going to add on to their lead. Solid job up front. Really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
Yeah, that was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Pat McAfee to kick. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities. As we continue to advance in the NFL, as people continue to scout players, they really don't care as much about body types as they care about those guys who can make people miss, run through tackles, and gain all that additional run after catch. Anybody who has that ability, they want them on their team.
They'll run it now out of the gun. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Second down following the run. Elliott running right. And some room to maneuver. 20. Touchdown, Chicago. Ezekiel Elliott, 47 yards. And his guys are able to make this a close game again. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Now after the score, it's Parkey on to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. So out now comes the offense back onto the field. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there.
Seeing that play and understand just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice game right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice second down for them.
A solid gain of 15 yards, and the sticks move.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
And he's brought down. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. He goes underneath to Drake. And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. Gronkowski, slot left. Again, he'll drop to throw. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. Give him 6 on the play, and that'll make it third down.
When you see zone defense and you know you got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
If they want it first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on third down. Defense thinking pass. They've got the nickel set out on 3rd and 6. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. He'll wind up being stopped for no gain, and it'll lead to a 4th down. And for the second time tonight, his field goal unit comes out here. This from 54 yards away. And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. So it's a 7-play drive, but it stalls out in the end.
Let's credit the defensive front 7. They were a little leaky at the start of the drive, but they stiffened toward the end.
And no return on this one as the fair catch. Signaled for and taken. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. Wentz now on first down. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Now he's going to throw it back. It's caught inside the 25. A pickup there of 37. And that leads to a Chicago first down. And the young buck showing that ability, that agility to dance outside of the pocket, complete the deep ball.
And don't think for a second that the coaching staff didn't have their heart rate accelerate.
And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Ezekiel Elliott, his second touchdown of this Super Bowl. And his guys are an extra point away now from taking the lead. Now Parkey for the extra point. And that one will give them the lead here as we approach halftime. Now after the score, it's Parkey on to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Now this offense ready to take over again. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on first down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see a breakdown as the passer, I think in this situation, you're throwing it at the feet of your back to make sure no one picks it off, or you throw it away, throw it over the sideline. Don't try and freelance and try and make a bigger play. There's really no one else running a pattern that should be open.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Flushed out right. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So that means they're down to one remaining here as we head toward halftime. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Back to throw now on first down. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds.
There are a good number of coaches that any time they call an in route are really worried about the play because there's so much traffic ordinarily that the ball has to get through to get to the receiver. And on that play, it was batted down.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. Steps away to his left. Incomplete. And we're down to 8 seconds now. Unable to get it to Gronkowski that time. And it'll be 3rd and 10 now. So still a full 10 yards to go here for the offense on 3rd down. Back to throw again. Dancing to his left. He may try and run for this. Now a loose football. The ball comes out. It's going the other way. But they will not be able to capitalize as time has run out here on the first half of play. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. One man in the backfield, Elliott. He'll get it running right. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
The defense won that play so fast that I think if the running back even had time to notice if anyone was there, it was just a blink of an eye, and there was a loss on the play.
Here's Elliott. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Give him 3 yards on the run there. That still leaves him with a difficult 3rd and 8 coming up. And third quarter here, you've got the lead. This is where that strong run game can really benefit you. Stayed in bounds there, kept the clock going.
I like all the points you just made there. And if you throw the football and it's incomplete, now you've stopped the clock and you've helped out the guys on the other side of the ball. So keep it in the hands of those runners. Keep moving it. Keep grinding clock. The days of knowing your assignment, dropping to it, and calling it a day, that's over with. Because now, when you drop into a zone, especially as a defensive back, you're seeing the play in front of you. So if a man wanders into your area, guess what? Now it goes from zone to man coverage in many cases. And on this particular play, able to see the play in front of him, react to it, and knock the ball away. Gotta like what you just saw there if you like zone defense.
A look at the offense now here, coming back out on the road for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance really to set the tone here in quarter three.
They can really take charge, can't they? And this is probably how it was drawn up at the half. I think we can go inside the locker room, all right? And I think we would see up on the grease boards, stop them defensively, get the ball back for the offense, and let's go downfield and score. Seems simple, right? The last part, we have to find out that's going to happen. But the first part worked to perfection. Did exactly what they wanted, and now their offense has to pay it off.
See if they can get the latter 50%. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
Well, we all know the guy carrying the ball is going to get the credit, both in the stat line and probably in the newspaper. But guess what? Those guys creating holes, they couldn't feel better about themselves right now. Offensive line, tight end, probably even the wide receivers are involved. They're moving the ball well.
And on the ground they go with a running back. And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. And still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to third down. So they brought in an extra defensive back here, so probably not expecting a run on 3rd and 3.
A good call.
He hits White, complete. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. Pretty good location there on that throw.
It really was, wasn't it? That was likely one where the receiver was either going to catch it or no one. Really good decision. And, boy, what a catch and move right there.
And a tough spot to get it over the middle. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
That was a good run, probably right on the edge of breaking into something really big. So the defensive guys right now are talking about, okay, what can we do to slow him down before he truly gets started?
He'll drop to throw. Flush to his right. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. Looking for his all-pro tight end, Rob Gronkowski. And they're going to face a 3rd down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he's got a man open. That's Marshall. A gain of 8 and a first down.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. No gain on the play there. It'll be 2nd down. But at least he was able to break that initial contact, or it could have been a loss.
Yeah, give credit to the defensive player, though. What did he do? Made him slow down, slow up his feet, and allowed the rest of the guys to get there to finish him off.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
So many offenses want to include their running backs into their passing offense and be able to swing the ball out or check it down to them. But sometimes those guys are just not as comfortable catching the ball as they are running it.
Here comes the 8th play. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw, escaping the pressure right. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. It'll be a gain of 9, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue, landing. No. Check, Patriot.
They'll drop the throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line.
We always hear about guys wanting to make plays that quiet a crowd.
Yeah.
After that one.
Here in the third quarter, they were hoping to get the stop, get the football back. Not the case.
What a completion on a fourth down play.
The pigskin on the 7-yard line now. It's first and goal. Call it a gain of 2 as time has run out on this third quarter of play. Back now here on EA Sports. And we've got a dandy here. A 1-point game as we begin the fourth. And this seemingly endless drive continues. Second and goal from the 5. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's third and goal.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Let's go. Green, 39.
They'll look to throw on third and goal. Eluding the pressure right. That's caught at the 1. And he's into the end zone for the receiving touchdown. Rob Gronkowski, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And his guys have taken the lead here in the 4th. Now a big 2-point conversion attempt still to come.
Here we go now.
They'll try and throw for it. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he is not going to make it. So they won't be able to move this lead up to a touchdown as it'll remain a 5-point ball game. Now after the touchdown, here's Pat McAfee to kick. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Wentz now on first down. Drops it underneath to Elliott. Call it a pickup of 7, and it's a second down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Hurry up, here we go. Green, 39. Green.
Wentz to throw on second down. Strong grabs it over the middle. And he's brought down. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? Fresh set of downs here. Throwing on first is Wentz. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
Looked like they had an opportunity for a big play across the middle, but he didn't have the concentration or the focus necessary and dropped it before he could haul it in.
So the incomplete pass brings up second down. Wentz will try again on second down. This one brought in by Dorial Green-Beckham. Touchdown, Chicago! Dorial Green-Beckham with touchdown number 8 on the year. And his guys have taken the lead here in the 4th. Well, that was the fly route for a touchdown, and since he caught that one and scored it, I got to tell the story. Before the game, we were standing there. He was running deep routes, dropped one. It bounced up and just hit me right in the gut. I said, come on, man, but there was no drop.
Yeah, you okay now?
I'm good.
All right,
I'm good.
We got the ice pack up here. You're just fine. What I loved about it was the subtlety of the route, because everyone knows he's fast. They're going to play him for that route first and foremost. But sometimes it's a head fake. It's varying your speed off the line of scrimmage. It's giving the defensive back different angles to think about. Is he going inside? Is he going outside? And then, as you noted, he just took off past him. Oops, there he goes again.
Now after the score, it's Parkey on to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told, as he's taken down back shy of the 20. And here now the offense heading back out there. Last time they were out, they scored. Still trailing here, though, so some work to do.
But it's okay in terms of mindset. Because they scored the last time, they're not quite as worried about being down on the scoreboard, because now their confidence is a little bit higher. They feel like they've got something going, and they feel like they can attack again and put more points on the board.
Are you scoreboard watching if you're the offense, or are you just focused on this drive?
We wouldn't be telling the truth if we said that they didn't scoreboard watch. Everyone does it to some extent, but you've got to set it aside right now and just focus on this series. That'll take care of the scoreboard if they punch it into the end zone.
Give him 2 yards on that play, and that'll make it a second down. And let's see what the defensive coordinator may have up his sleeve here to try to get this final last stand and win this football game. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Call it a 1-yard gain of the play, and that's going to lead to a third down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Back to throw here. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down. 2 minutes to go here in Super Bowl 52 from Minneapolis. We're back to perhaps crown a champion after this. What a Super Bowl this has been, and the biggest play comes now. It's 4th down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And on 4th down, they're able to convert and move the sticks. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. He'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, 2nd down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
Back to throw. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
I'm going to show my age here a little bit. We used to talk about running backs catching the ball as safety valves. Nowadays, they're a big part of the passing offense.
Quit acting like you're so old. You're only 65. Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive. They'll look to throw. Forced out to his left. He's going to let it fly. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. Their dangerous wide receiver, 47 yards. And his guys have taken the lead here in the 4th. Here we go now as we get set for a big two-point conversion.
Three down. Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
They'll look to throw. And he's got it. So the two-point conversion is good, and they add on to their fourth quarter lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Pat McAfee to kick. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. They're down here in a one-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Yeah, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. They were trying to get it there to Josh Doxson. And that'll bring up a third down.
On any passes in the middle of the field, anyone who's going after the football is going to be conscious that it's probably going to be contested, and often physically. Sometimes that leads to drops.
And the offense looking to pick up the first down after the second down incompletion. A nickel back added defensively as they look to stop this 3rd and 8. He's back to throw. And able to complete it to Green Beckham. Call it a gain of 10, and they pick up the first. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height, sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height...
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the defense will get their hands on it, going the other way. And interesting there, a loss of 15 yards on the return, but the possession of the football is theirs as they take over. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this one up to the 26. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Now, defensively here, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Bryant spread out to the right.
Here we go now.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's OTAs, mini camps, first day of camp in the regular season, ball security comes up about what, the second sentence of the coach's address?
And those are so many drills focus on that.
All the time, and they do drills to make it even tougher to simulate game situations. Doesn't always work out, though.
They're going to hurry back to the line now. Back to throw. And he can't corral it. That would have wrapped it up if he'd been able to hold on. Instead, it brings up third down.
Well, he did almost everything right. Excellent coverage, breaks on the football, just unable to haul it in and take it the other way. So he dropped an interception. The key for him now, don't dwell on it. Just move on to the next play.
Here we go now.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. So the run moves the chains, and here we go on first down.
All right, here we go. Detroit! Detroit! Watch him now, Barney!
To throw is Wentz. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. And again here, we'll see the Wildcat. And he is across and in for the score. And now they can tie the game in the final stages with an extra point.
Or they can go for two and go for the win. And while it appears the heavy lifting was accomplished by scoring the touchdown, they're still down one. That extra point is not a gimme.
It's a huge roll of the dice, a two-point conversion to decide the Super Bowl.
Let's go. 3-19.
And now a timeout's going to be called here. I think it was by the defense. It was. And that's going to leave them with just one remaining here in this second half. Now still down one. Here's an utterly critical extra point attempt here. And it is good. There were about 70,000 people about to turn blue from holding their breaths, but it's good, and this Super Bowl is tied. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this fourth quarter. Out comes this offensive unit as they get set to take over here. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. A tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk-reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. It's a gain of 9 yards. And it'll be second and about... yard to go for the first. Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Flushed out right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And incomplete on the deep ball. Overtime in a playoff game. Awesome setup. Remember, the rules the same as they would be in the regular season.
That's exactly right, Brandon. Remember, the receiving team, if they score a touchdown, game is over. But if they kick a field goal or don't score, the other team gets a chance to get the football. They get a possession. If they go down and score, they win the football game at that point. If both teams kick field goals, we keep playing. If a defense scores, let's say the receiving team gets the ball, doesn't score, or they throw a pick six or fumble, gets picked up, the defense scores, game over. But here's the best part. In the regular season, only one period is played. We could call it a tie. Here, we're going to play until we have a winner.
And they'll run it here. Oh, nice move. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
There's so many definitions of a complete back. I think most people think a guy who can block, a guy who can catch, and a guy who can run. But how about when you put it all together as a runner, and you can fake people out, you can be shifty, and also run with some power and break tackles, as we just saw on that pickup.
Oh, he's got some breathing room. And the cutback to the sideline. And he is into the end zone. It's a touchdown. And in perhaps It's the greatest Super Bowl ever. They have won the game in overtime.
Wow.
And let's not forget he had the receiving touchdown earlier. Now a trio of rushing touchdowns. Quite a performance.
Diversification, that's all you can talk about. His ability to do everything leaves him on the field on every down on offense because you can hand it to him, as we've seen. What'd you say, 3 rushing touchdowns? And, of course, throw it to him where he's caught 1 as well.
And they are the Super Bowl champs. The Lombardi Trophy is theirs, and so are bragging rights for an entire season. What a season it has been. Feels like we have been there every step of the way. Our entire crew doing a wonderful job. Thanks to my broadcast partner, Charles Davis. For all those guys, I'm Brandon Gaudin signing off. We'll talk to you next season right here on EA Sports.